Questions that I got most when I got ready to retire from the military was, what are you going to do now? Most people, I guess they expected me to, get another job or to jump into another career. But, I already knew for myself that's not something that I wanted to do. I wanted something different for my life. And based off of that, I made a decision that I was going to take a year off when I retired. Yep. I took a year off when I retired from the military, and that has just changed my life in so many ways and, made me look at things differently in my life. So, yeah, just one of the things that I've learned about the importance of taking that year off was that I had to learn how to slow down, right? To be okay with embracing stillness. Because I had just came back off of the deployment, a year-long deployment to Iraq. So I'm in high tempo mode, right? Like survivor mode, go, go, go. So shortly after returning, that's when, I found out I could retire early. And, so 1 minute I was in, 4 or 5 months later, I was out. So that took a big transition, just really learning how to embrace stillness and to calm my nervous system down, right? I mean, even to this day, my head stay on a swivel now. My head stay on the swivel, and a lot of veterans are like that. But by being able to take that year off, it gave me the time to just sit still, right? I didn't have to worry about, okay, I got to apply for a job and all of these different things. I didn't have that concern because, as I shared before, I had financially prepared myself before even leaving the military. So being able to just slow down and embrace stillness and to slowly reintegrate into, civilian life was so very important for me because the military was all I ever known, right? 21 years of doing something. Before that, I had only worked at McDonald's after high school. So, 21 years in the military. If you've ever watched that movie, Shawshank Redemption, it's like you're institutionalized. Like you feel like you're in prison. I mean, and it's true because joining the military, your identity is stripped away from you. The way you think, sometimes the way you talk is all stripped away. You're told to be here, go there, to follow orders. Your life is controlled, is no longer your own. So when I decided to retire, I had to learn what life would look like for me. It was like redefining freedom for myself. All this time I was fighting for the freedom of other people, which I signed up for, which is voluntary. I'm not complaining. But now I had the opportunity to redefine freedom. What does freedom look like to Ann? What do I want my day-to-day to look like without somebody controlling it, right? My schedule, my time, even my appearance. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the military, you're told how you can wear your hair, what color fingernails, you can have all of that type stuff, as a woman serving. Those things are controlled. Now, now I can decide for myself if I want to rock braids with different colors, if I want to wear pink nails, I could. But that is why I needed that year to kind of rediscover myself, to rediscover my life. What does life look like outside of the military? And that year allowed me to get a better view at that. And another one of the other things that was important that I learned throughout that year was, you know what? When we think about freedom, we think about doing all the things, right? Like, especially if we have financial freedom, the money to do this. Ooh, I want to travel. Ooh, I want to give. Ooh, I want to help my family. And all of those things are so very important. And I'm down with it too when I think about freedom. But another thing that year taught me about freedom, doing nothing is freedom as well. That's right. Doing nothing. And that is priceless sometimes. When people would ask me, what are you doing? I would say, well, I'm doing what the hell I want to do. And sometimes that was absolutely nothing. And when I say nothing, it can be as simple as going for daily walks. It can be as simple as sitting on my back patio, taking a bath, taking afternoon naps. Nothing. It wasn't about the traveling all the time or to fill up my schedule with all the things. There wasn't no schedule, right? Besides getting up, taking my daughter and stuff like that, which was another advantage. I no longer had to, depend on other people to drop my daughter off. That was part of the thing while I was in the military as well. I would have to, like if we had to be at PT early, I would have to drop my daughter off so I can be at work on time. That was no longer the case. So, having the freedom to do nothing, not having that structure, that is what a year off provided me. I mean, it's so priceless. And I wish everybody that's working could experience that in some type of way. Like I said, it's not about, it was a year. It don't have to be a year. It can be 6 months. It can be 3 months. It can be a month. Or whatever time frame that you need in order to redefine what freedom looks like for you outside of the money. And that's what that question I'll leave you guys with. If money wasn't an issue, what's one thing you would change in your life? If you can do it. Money's not an issue. So it may not be leaving your job. But what's that one thing you would change in your life if you could do it? Taking that year off after I retired was my answer. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video.